one day I was doing door dashing, and then I had this customer. He got out of the car, and the first words that I told him was, "You're breaking my heart." And he laughed. He laughed and he was like, "Why?" Because I failed my two tests in the army, and I really want to get in because I really want to start somewhere and I wanted to be here. And he was like, "You know there's a future soldiers program, right?" And I was like, "No, sir, I never heard of it." And he was like, "Talk to your recruiter and ask something about it." And then I told him that I was new in this country, and he was really happy that I was really eager to be in here.
Wow, yeah, I met her there back in I think it was like June time frame, and this young lady was just about really to give up her army journey, and she came by my house to deliver DoorDash. She had two Subway sandwiches for my son and I was just backing my truck into the yard, and she got out of the car and she walked towards me and she said, "Oh my God, you're a sign from God." And I was like, wow, my wife doesn't even call me a sign from God. And I just really was blown away. And I said, why would you say that? She said, well, really, I've been praying to God to give me a sign why I should stay on this Army journey. I've had difficulties joining the Army. She's an English as a second language speaker. She's from the Philippines. And she had just failed the ASVAB that day. And she was really looking to quit. But seeing me that day, she believed that was God's sign to her that she should stay in. And ironically, the Secretary of the Army had just approved the Future Soldier Prep Course here at Fort Jackson. And I was like, man, I'm going to share some great news with you. You have a chance now to go to Fort Jackson to study, to learn about how to take tests, how to take the ASVAB, and then she could improve her score and come into the Army. And she was so excited. We took a selfie that day. We sent it to her recruiter. Her recruiter's like, oh my God, you're with the general. And she had no idea what a general was or even did in the Army, but she just know she saw a soldier, and that's what really she wanted to do, is be a soldier.
And how important was it to have General Harrison by your side throughout this entire process?
He basically guided me not as a soldier, but to be his own daughter. And he witnessed how I was a crying small kid, and he lifted me up and he gave me hope because I always ask God for guidance, and I told God on that specific day that God gave me a sign if I'm here or if I'm not, so that I will continue with my life. And on that afternoon, he was the sign, and it was a clearly sign. It was a star sign.
And why was it important for you to help this particular soldier? Because she easily could have gotten back in her car and gone on her way. So why was this so important to you?
That's a great question. Really, I'm a father. I have two daughters, and seeing her, really discouraged that she couldn't be in the Army like me, really just touched my heart. I mean, I believe that's why really I'm here as a leader in the Army, as a brigadier general, is to help as many soldiers as I can. So I saw an opportunity to really help her and to really be a mentor for her, because I want to see her be successful. We're in a crisis in terms of how do we bring soldiers into our Army. We're struggling with that, so we wanted and need every service member, every young American wants to be a service member. We need them on our team. And just for her story, she's been in America 7 months, and she's been trying to be in the Army those 7 months, and she's been turned away for various things. And I felt like, man, I've been given this star for a reason. It's to help other people, and this young lady was a prime candidate for that.
I'm a Filipino, and us Filipinos, no matter how many times we get knocked down, we always have to stand up. And I also have God with me, and there's always hope.
And what about your family? How excited is your family to be a part of this experience and to see you finally get to fulfill your dreams?
They were really happy, and I already told them that I'm married, not with someone, but with the U.S. Army. And, and they have no choice. And I told them that this is a start for me to explore and be in the right path. And I told them that I'll come home to them. No matter where I am or what day I will come home to them. But right now, my priority is the Army.
Really, I'm honored to be here. I mean, it's come full circle for me. I was on that parade field 32 years ago, and to come back here to Fort Jackson to be a part of a graduation ceremony, to me, it's outstanding.